question. Where did the brand name, Monica, what's the name?
Monica's Thrift Revampd.
All right, so what about, what made you choose that name?
So once again, Monica, because that's my name growing up.
Okay.
Thrift is because that's where I started at. I started thrifting. I started taking unique pieces and turning them into something that I like. And Revampd, because that's what Revampd is about. Revampd is about when you take something from its original state and you transform it and give it a new form, a new look. And once Revampd is just not about, to me, revamping clothing. You can revamp your life. You know, you could turn a situation that's bad, you could turn it around and give it a whole new outlook. So I think revamp to me is a powerful word, because once again, it's not just about revamping clothing. You could revamp your lifestyle. You could revamp, you know, choices you made in life. So it's all about how you want to choose the word and what you want to apply it to in your daily life.
So Monica Thrift Revampd is a lifestyle more than a clothing brand.
Yes, I would say.
When was it born?
I would say this was done in like 2014, 2015. But I started revamping probably like 2 years ago.
Was your first customer that woman you were just talking about?
Yes.
She was your very first customer that you actually sold a piece to?
Yes, a thrifted piece.
Tell me, well, what type of piece?
It was like a Tina Turner dress. So you know, like that gold dress Tina Turner had on, and she was shaking it. The shingle dress, it was a gold shingle, and actually I think it was a costume.
Okay.
So I put it on, and the young lady, like I said, when I posted it, she's like, "Oh, how much is it?" I bought the dress for like $2 and sold it for $25. So when I saw she wanted it, my girlfriend Andrea and I, we just started jumping around, screaming like, "Oh my God, somebody want it!" So once we saw went on the young lady's page, and saw.
Could you repeat could you like do that over? Oh my, do that.
No. It's not gonna be natural if I do it over, so I can't. It's not gonna be natural.
Oh my God, I can't do it. I'm good. So you bought a dress for $2?
Yeah, I bought a dress for like $2. I sold it for $25. And like I said, once I saw that the young lady was interested, I just continued to thrift. And once I was going to thrift stores and I couldn't find pieces, I started to get, you know, a little discouraged, because the flow of the money was like constant. So I'm like, Monica, like, you gotta figure something out. So like I said, one day I went on YouTube, started looking at videos on how to sew, taught myself how to sew, and I just started making my own stuff, not depending on thrift stores to keep the income coming in.
Now, is there anybody in particular that you were looking at, that style, other than Andrea's mother? Anybody in the fashion world that you tried to emulate?
As far as thrifting, no. But when I started to revamp stuff, I started to look at like Ralph Lauren, Polo, like a lot of their designs, a lot of their patterns caught my eye. As far as like baggy looks, and like I like the way Tiana Taylor, I like the way she dressed, Sierra. I love a woman that's has a feminine look, but they don't mind dressing like, you know, down or like street baggy clothes, but they also look sexy in it.
Is there anybody that you have a dream to work with them, to style anybody in particular that you love styling? Monica Thrift Revampd?
It's crazy because Tasha Cobbs, I reached out to her like 3 years ago, and I went into her DM and asked her could I send her a piece for free, because she's like my favorite gospel artist. You
slid into a gospel artist DM?
Yes.
You slid into her DM?
Sure did. Yeah.
I'm just talking shit, guys.
Oh, no. So yeah, I went into her DM and I hit her up and I asked her could I, 3 years ago, I asked her could I send her a custom piece, and she never replied. Last year, Claire Summers, she brought one of my pieces and it went viral. It made the shade room. So Claire Summers, she's like a big fashion blogger. Like, she has millions of followers. So one day, I guess Tasha Cobbs followed Claire Summers. So one day I was just sitting down, laying down, and Tasha Cobbs slid into my DM. And she like, hey, how you doing? I know you're overwhelmed with one of your pieces that just went viral, but when you get a chance, could you, could you reach back to me, because I would like to, purchase one. And when I say, like, I just went crazy, like, I couldn't believe it. And I'm like, wait, I'm like, is this Tasha Cobbs? I'm like, I reached out to her 3 years ago. So what I learned from that is when you continue to have faith and you continue to push yourself, your pieces tend to speak for you. You don't have to reach out to your audience. Your audience will come to you, because I totally forgot that I reached out to her. It reminded me when she came into my DM, I saw the old previous messages from 3 years ago, and I'm like, I just look at God. Like, I didn't have to reach out to her. She came to me, and now she's one of my top customers. I went to a gospel show, and I didn't know she had millions of pieces to choose from, and when I went, she came out in one of my blazers that I had revamped for her. So I think if God was to take my life today, I would honestly say I'm satisfied with just having her in one of my pieces.